abortion. Is God more interested in the unborn than the living? God, who doesn't mind killing everybody in a flood, who doesn't mind killing the innocent firstborn of Egypt, who doesn't mind in the Christian version to kill his only innocent son for the sins of others, he has taken a great interest, according to Ben Shapiro, against abortion, because fetuses are really with people's rights. Let's look at the biblical texts. God even says that happy are those who smash babies on rocks in the last verse of the Psalm by the rivers of Babylon. God has a prescription for a husband who suspects his wife of infidelity, and when she's pregnant, to take her to the priest, who will give her concoction to force a spontaneous abortion. God knows everything. He knows babies that will be stillborn. He knows babies that are going to be born with congenital disease. And then he makes Ben Shapiro tell us that, well, you need to let them be born because they are ordained by God. God says he knows you before your inception. Now, to me, that means he gets to pick the winning sperm. When Adam was created, he was created with the first breath. So when does life begin? Well, there's a story about a priest, rabbi, and a minister. They sit on a conference and the moderator starts, "Priest, when do you say that life begins?" And the priest says, "As soon as the sperm hits the egg, it's ordained by God, you cannot tamper with it." The minister says, "I'll give it some time until the baby can at least survive outside." The rabbi gets asked and he says, "I know from experience. Life begins when the children move out of the house." God doesn't even mind ripping up bellies of pregnant women just to punish enemies. Now, how interested is that God in the unborn? So let's go to Jewish law. Jewish law, I believe, states, and we could have Rabbi Schmuley help out, that if there's a conflict between the interests and the life of the mother and the fetus, mother comes first. And I think that's a very reasonable proposition, and I would assume that even Ben Shapiro would want to save his life until the baby is born. When does the baby get rights not to be tampered with? Actually, when it is born. Until the baby is born, very few would hesitate to choose the mother's life over the fetus. Once the baby is born and somebody tells you, "We need to remove that baby's heart to save the mother," different story, isn't it? So what changes when the baby is born and has taken its first breath, just like Adam, who took his first breath to come to life, but it was breathed into him by God. Now, that baby comes with rights. If now one vital organ needs to be taken away from the now living, born, breathing baby to save the mother's life, that's not so easy. Now we're talking murder. Saving the lives of the living is important. Catholicism is totally against using stem cells from fetuses. Judaism is not so determined about that, in the interest of saving lives. So which is more pro-life? When a stem cell exists and can be used, and Judaism would allow it, or when Catholicism forbids the use no matter the damage it could do or the lives lost, the lives of the living. So Ben Shapiro would like your comments, and again, Rabbi Schmuley, let me know if I got Jewish law right. When it comes to abortion, God knows the choices people are going to make. God can punish them for wrongful choices, but I'm not the one to tell a woman what she should and should not do under the circumstances. I'm reiterating my big question here. Is God really a good ally for the anti-abortion camp?